Hello everyone, and good afternoon. Now I would like to introduce our company, the JGCS, the global sourcing company. And our team member are the Zichen, Grace, Julie, and Stephen. I would like to introduce our background. Our company is the largest producer of the fruit and vegetables in the world. We have the 74,300 full-time and seasonal employees. So this means that we can make sure the sales and the supply chain work on time um, and the work on time. And we sell 300 products such as apples, bananas, oranges, and the pineapples. And also, our companies and factories located in 90 countries like South Africa, Asia, America, etc. And I can make sure we can offer you the best quality bananas because we already successful in the best banana origins, especially in the South America. And also, the multiple and reliable supply chain operations could make sure the everything on time and won't be mistake. And we can make sure the sourcing and the supply chain work very well. And also we have the working and learning in teams, so that means that we can the collaboration and communicate with each other immediately, and we can share the information and share the technology very frequently. And also we have the centralized sourcing and the delivery, so we can reduce the transport and inventory cost. And our slogan is integrity, efficient, intention services. And overall, we have the very good bananas about the quality, and also we have the biggest large scale and biggest large demand, and also we have the sufficient capital, and I can offer you the best technology and shares information. And now I would like to introduce my colleague Grace to talk about the next part.
Now I will explain how we effectively manage our local farmers and the intermediaries and the service providers. In order to provide best quality bananas, it needs local resources and specific fruit knowledge. So we provide education and training plans for our employees, and we also constructed local packing stations associated with farmers, and make sure that they receive continuous training to help to understand the current export standards, and we also help to improve local infrastructures, and directly and both directly and indirectly provide job opportunities, which bringing technology and economic scales for local communities with long-term investment and sustainable development. For the intermediaries, they help to provide the suppliers identification and assessment, and also they help to they support us to provide the supply market intelligence. For the service providers, they are responsible for the logistic services, both shipping and tracking. Okay. For the service providers, they are responsible for the logistic services, and they also providing refrigerated shipping containers and the vessels for us to deliver our fresh bananas once harvested the bananas are quickly transported to the market. The first step is loaded into the refrigerator shipping containers, and then they deliver to the vessels and travel the sea to arrive at the UK's port. And through the distribution center, they finally arrive at the local Tesco warehouse. In the whole journey, service provider keep check on the quality to protect our bananas to keep fresh.
Under our advanced operation management, we can offer a cheaper and more efficient process. First, we will shorten our lead time. The whole process can be controlled in 15 weeks. The growing cycle in Costa Rica will be controlled in 12 to 13 weeks, and then they will cut down and travel to the warehouse in the same day and deliver to the port in a very short time. And the travel on the sea will last for 11 to 14 days before arrival to the final countries. And we can also reduce our cost from fertilizer, labor force, and delivery. The leaves will cut down on the ground to naturate the new generation, so that we don't need to deal with the waste, and it can be reduce the cost. And the country we choose, the Costa Rica, is a developing country, so there will be lower labor cost, and we choose to use shipping rather than air, so that we can have a lower traveling cost. We can make sure our quality before loading through by maturity inspection, and we give a code with team information and the location on the bananas, and we have a special brushing and packing treatment on the bananas. After loading, our repacking managers have 5 steps inspection, which are visually inspection, temperature measuring, splitting, broken and legs test. We also make sure our supply reliability is through by unique pallet identification code, which we can trace our shipment. And we also use recycled materials for boarding, so that we can have a sustainable supply process. The most stage are hands-on, so that we can make sure our bananas in a delicious and healthy quality.
The business of importing and exporting has higher risks than, say, a domestic business, for obvious reasons. The logistical issues are far more complicated. There needs to be awareness of laws and regulations in a number of countries. The long lead time is also an issue. Inventory and lead times are linked. The longer the lead time, the more a business needs to keep in stock, as such that incurs higher costs. So one needs to try and manage those efficiently. Reducing the lead time could be achieved through, for example, increasing order frequency, but considering the shipping distance in the case of bananas from Central America, that is probably not a realistic option. A more realistic option to reduce that lead time would be CPFR, or Collaborative Planning, Forecast and Replenishment. I would suggest something like vendor managed inventory in order to help with the bullwhip effect. It's likely to harness closer relationships with the suppliers, as well as help keep inventory at a minimum and as such reduce cost. Other important risks are with importing are loss of damage of the goods in transit, any potential transport delays, due to hold-ups in ports, etc. And there's also the risk of currency fluctuations, and of course health and safety concerns and political risk. I would like to touch briefly on political risks and currency fluctuations. Political risks would be things such as war, civil unrest, a revolution, etc. Those are very tricky to control as such by a company. However, the necessary know-how in relation to things happening in that country could potentially be outsourced onto a third party. There are specialized companies that provide that sort of information. Similarly, any currency fluctuations and/or health and safety concerns could again be outsourced onto a third party, and in doing so, the risk will be placed onto them, as opposed to keeping that in-house.